Hi, I'm Sharon Bill. Welcome to my YouTube channel and welcome to my Theory Tuition series where I'll lead you step by step through each of the ABRSM theory grades, and we're going to be working through these music theory and practice workbooks printed by the ABRSM, so you need to make sure that you've got one of these to hand to be working through. There are loads of resources available to help you on my website, so if you go to sharonbill.com, there are some free PDF information sheets. They're available in US letter or A4 to accompany this series. And there's also links to all of my YouTube video tutorials, and there's access to information about all the books that I've made available to you. So if you go to sharonbill.com, it's all there. And so we're going to carry on with this series of grade 1 theory, working through this theory and practice workbook, and we're on theory section H. So if you find the PDF sheet and download that, we're going to be looking at section H, which is talking about ties. And so if you turn in your theory workbook to page 12, that takes you to the section headed ties, and that's what we're going to be working on. So I'll just put a capital letter H there to show that that's what we're working to. Now a tie is just an umbrella system, sort of a symbol that just adds together note values. Now if you're performing, you need to be careful not to confuse that, because a very similar looking line also is a slur, which means something very different. A slur connects lots and lots of notes all in one big umbrella, stems up, down and all over the place, and they're all lots of different notes, which means play those smoothly. A tie is more specifically joined, as it's joining individual note head to individual note head, and it can only be on next door notes that are exactly the same note, exactly the same pitch. And the purpose of these ties is to add together time values, so it combines time values. And so for example here we have a 4 beat tied to a 1 beat tied to a 2 beat. So altogether that note value would be 4, 5, 6, 7 beats long. And so we use these ties from note head to individual note head to add together time values. And so if you turn to your workbook page 12, there's a little diagram showing you how to particularly draw these tie symbols. It always goes outside of the stem, not inside. So wherever it's possible we go outside of the stem, and it's note head to individual note head. And of course, because we're adding together note values, it's got to be next door notes that are exactly the same pitch, because you can't, it's impossible to add together two different notes. Whereas if you were playing this, you'd hold that for 1 beat and then you'd keep hold of it for an extra half a beat, so it can only be on exactly the same pitch. And so really this is just a quick discovery exercise. So if you look at exercise 1 page 12, the question asks us to add ties wherever you can in these pieces of music, and then once you've done that, write the total number of crotchet or quarter note beats made by the tie. So you've got to add up the accumulation of the notes that you've tied together and see how much that note now lasts for. Don't forget, as well as just having 2 notes added together, if you see in this sheet, you could do that ad infinitum, presuming that the next door notes were always the same. And it's always individual note head to individual note head. So you can see here this example they've given you just to start you off. And so if you press pause in a moment and just glance through and find any notes that you can that are next door to each other, which can be joined together in time value, add a tie symbol and then add together the accumulation of those notes that you've tied together. Have a little go. Don't worry if you get it wrong. Use pencil. We've got an eraser to hand, and you can always learn by your mistakes. So press pause, have a little go, and then we'll go through this together. So I'm guessing that you've had a little go on your own. So let's look through at what possibilities are available to us. So in question A, we're looking for next door notes side by side that are exactly the same. And so we can see straight away that those two notes are the same. And so we can just tie those together. After that, the notes change position on the stave, and so we can't extend that any further. And so the accumulation of that note, now we've tied it together, we've got a 2 beat, and then we've tied it to a half beat, and so altogether that now lasts for 2.5 beats. We've made that note last a bit longer. So let's look at B. So straight away we can see again that note and that note are exactly the same and they're next door to each other, so we can add those together by adding a tie. After that, all the notes change, and so we can't tie those together. So we've got a 1 beat here and we've got a 1/4 beat here, so altogether now that note value is 1 1/4. So we've made that last a little bit longer. Okay, so let's look at C. So those two are different notes. We can't do anything to those. It's impossible to add those together because it's got to change because it's a different note. Same again here, that's a different note. However, over the bar line, that's the same note and that's the same note. The fact that there's a bar line there doesn't make any difference at all. We're just adding those notes together. The next door, side by side, and they're the same note, so that still works as a tie. So we've got a 2 beat added to a 1 beat, which means we've got 3 beats in total. Let's have a look at D. So all of these are changing. It's not possible to tie any of those together. However, here we've got next door notes. We've got 2 and E next to an E. We can add those together. So we've got a 1 beat tied to a 2 beat, so we've got a total of 3 beats. There we go. After that, the pitch changes, and so it's not possible to add any of those together. Let's look at this last one. We're in the bass clef now. So those notes are a good distance apart. We can't even think of tying those together. However, here, these two, we've got a C next to a C, so we can definitely add those together. And if you continue looking ahead, we've still got another C. Remember, we can add more than one. If you remember in that example I showed you on your information sheet download. And so let's just extend it further. Now remember, it's individual note head to individual note head. You don't just do one big one over all of them. You've got to individually add the notes together, and then the pitch changes, so we can't extend it any further. So we've got a 2, and then we've got a 4, and then we've got a 1 beat. So altogether 2 plus 4 is 6 plus 1 is 7, so we've got 7 beats. There we go, and that's ties. So a tie is just another method of making a note last for a longer duration of time. And it's as simple as that, really. I hope that's been helpful to you. I hope you've enjoyed that. Give me a thumbs up, give me a like. And if you subscribe to my channel, you're sure to keep updated. There's loads more in store. I absolutely love doing music theory, and I hope I'm starting to share that enthusiasm with you. Please do go to sharonbill.com. There are loads of resources available there to help you, particularly the free PDF information sheets, which we will keep referring back to, and these will continue throughout all the grades. So even when you progress from grade 1 to grade 2, you will still need these grade 1 sheets. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.